Hi everybody, my name is Sharon Quinn and I'm also known as the original Runway Diva, and you are watching Model Behavior. Class is officially in session. Today my very special guest is celebrity makeup artist Christopher Michael. Welcome, Christopher, to Model Behavior.
Thank you for having me.
How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
All right, you know how this is a teaching show, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I wanna know how you got started as a makeup artist. What made you decide that this was going to be the thing that you did?
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I've always been into fashion since I was a child. Even my mother used to take me to the hair salon with her. I was always scouring the magazines, looking at Essence, Old Ebony's, the ones that were this size.
Oh God, you just took it back with that.
Yeah, and Jet and Cosmopolitan when it was a big magazine at that time, and I was always looking at the makeup and the hair and the poses, so I've always been into fashion. And fast forward, when I went to college, I took a theater makeup class as one of my electives. It was either drama or theater makeup. I'm dramatic enough, so I took theater makeup, and I loved it. I loved the metamorphosis of it all, and I loved how you could transform somebody and make them look and feel better about themselves.
Now, the theater makeup, as opposed to like fashion makeup, is it a difference? Or
Clearly there's a difference. Like, I learned how to age people. That's the
theater. You do that?
Yeah, I didn't say I did it. I said that was my education. I don't do it now. I like to make people look pretty, like a porn star.
Oh, okay, yeah. all right.
So that was my education. That's how I learned. And I parlayed that into doing makeup for regular women every day, and I used to charge at that time $25 to help subsidize my college income. You know, it was basically gas money.
Oh.
Yeah, so, and
but the kids look good on campus,
They sure did. They sure did. So it was great. It was a great learning experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Now, what school did you go to?
I attended Cleveland State University because I'm from Cleveland.
And you got your degree
I have a BA in communications.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, so communications to makeup.
Okay, let me tell you how that goes.
Yeah.
I was going to be a news anchor person.
Oh.
But I have a little bit too much personality for that. Like, somewhere there's some footage of me hosting the news, and they say, you know, in communication they teach you have to be able to keep a straight face no matter what happened. And somebody's house was on fire, and I was like, and they still wanted me to keep a straight face. Like, their house is on fire, and you want me to keep a straight face and not be able to cry and show emotion? It was a lot for me. I mean, I guess I would have made more money. But I do enjoy being in front of the camera. I have a lot of personality. Too much sometimes. Too much of anything could be.
I don't think too much personality is bad. I think that works in television.
It does, but for the news, hosting the news in little old Cleveland, it did not.
So with a news background, you didn't think of maybe having your own show, like the Christopher Michael show, with that big old personality?
It's still a thought. It's still a thought. And so I'm working with some producers who are trying to find the right project for me to date.
Okay,
So
I see that. You need a sidekick?
Sure.
Because I'm a funny girl.
That I know. On the low, but you are.
Now tell me about the metamorphosis piece. Let's go into that.
Well, as I said, I remember the first time I did somebody's makeup, I think I used like a whole tube of lipstick because it was a matte lipstick and I wanted it to be glossy and moisture. So I think I used like a whole tube of lipstick. It was a learning process. I'm telling the truth.
Okay, that's what I want
I want people to know. But, you know, also when I was in college, I really got into it once I took the theater makeup class. I started going to the drugstores and buying makeup and going to the department stores and buying makeup and stealing with some of my sisters and my mothers. And at that time, it was Fashion Fair, Florrie Roberts, and Naomi Sims wasn't accessible to us in Cleveland, Ohio. But Florrie Roberts and Fashion Fair was. Yeah. And then Iman, because, you know, I'm not that old, was out. Still in the 30s. Iman came out, and she came to JCPenney's, and I just said, wow, this is where I want to be. And I saw Oscar James doing the hair, and Sam Fine was doing the makeup. Yeah. And I said, one day, I'm going to work with them. And I've been very blessed that I've worked with them both. And Sam Fine was like a mentor to me. When I first moved to New York, I ran into him, and he let me assist him on several jobs.
Oh, no, so you don't hear that too often.
No, you do not.
And Sam is a sweetie pie. I know him.
Yes,
He's a nice guy. Like,
yes.
He could beat the hell out of a face,
He sure
too.
can, but you better have some time.
Yeah.
Well, it's the end result, though. The end result is fabulous.
But I would think that all of those who are at the top of their game, you would want to take time with
Absolutely, absolutely, because doing somebody's face can help generate other customers. I did somebody's makeup 2 days ago, and I got 2 other phone calls from it. So I like to take my time too. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, let's talk about modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, how do I want to put this? You've been around. You see, you got any advice for these girls that are coming up in the game and the ones who are already here and still getting it wrong, because Lord knows that happens all the time?
Well, this has never happened to me, but some models, if they don't like their makeup, they go to the restroom and fix it on set. That is like a death sentence.
Yeah,
like you won't get called back for the job.
That's how you get fired.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like you don't go fix nothing. You sit there and say, well, do you think that this, say nothing. The best thing is to say nothing. Also for the models, I would say, learn how to do your own, if you're a black girl especially, bring your own base and concealer and know how to be able to put that on. Because if you see it's going on gray, say, I have something that might work better. It's about making them feel comfortable. You know what, I have something that might work just a wee bit better. Just make them feel a part of it. Don't feel like, use this because this is my color. Don't put it out on the table. Say, I have something that might work just a wee bit better that I use.
So we were talking about that before we started taping. Yeah, I'm a proponent of learning how to do everything. Learn how to do your face. Learn how to put on your lashes. Learn how to do your hair.
Yes.
You got to learn how to do all that, because you don't want to be that last girl in the makeup, waiting on the makeup chair at showtime.
Yes, but you know what I tell people, since I'm a makeup artist, every hairstylist is probably gonna hate me. If you could beat that face, you could snatch that hair back in a ponytail, or go all natural with no hair like you. If that face is beat, the rest is history.
Yeah. So now you did Kimora, Life
Yes,
in the
I
Fab
did.
Lane. How many seasons did you do of
I
that?
did all seasons. You just saw me more in the later seasons.
And why is
So
that?
They liked my personality. It's quite colorful, as you see.
Now, what was that like working with Kimora?
Our personalities are very similar. She's funny too. People just don't know it.
Yeah.
She is hilarious, hilarious. She's funny, and so with our personalities together, it was just great.
Now, I know a lot of people who have done reality TV, and technically that's kind of considered reality-ish.
Ours was a scripted reality TV. I mean, I was.
But isn't it all scripted, kind of, sort of?
It is sort of, kind of, yeah.
So I'm assuming this was a good experience for you.
Oh, it was a great experience and a great learning experience as well.
What'd you learn?
I learned all the tricks of the cameras. Like, I know what these lights are gonna do. I know not to get upset at the crew when they bumping into you with the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that important?
It's important because, they work on other projects, and they're like, no, this has never happened to me, but they could say he wasn't the easiest to work with. Yeah. I've never had that. I'm very easy to work with. I'm great.
I try to, difficult is not
yes.
a way to go. And,
let the talent, let her be the difficult one, because she gonna be all right. You sit cool and sit tight, because these production crews work on other projects. And
yes,
then
they
what?
do. And if you are a good soul and you're nice to them, they remember that stuff.
Yes, they do.
But they remember when you're not nice either.
Yes. I ran into some of them at Fashion Week. They say, yo, Christopher, what's going on? We miss you. We need you to come back out to LA. Your weather is too hot. I can't wear fur.
You are so funny. Now you've done Fashion Week. You've done Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week.
I've done Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. That's going backwards. When I first moved here, the first designer I worked with was Pamela Dennis. I got to do her lookbooks, working with models, and I worked with. I'm telling a secret. The first big fashion show I worked with was with Byron Lawrence and Beverly Peel was still modeling.
Oh, that's way back.
It ain't too way.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot.
It was in the 2000s.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
It was in the 2000s. I moved here after college in 2000.
Now, how do you pick your clientele, or do they pick you?
Both. Because some people I don't want to work with.
Okay, let's go here. How does someone get on that do not book list? And we know everyone in this industry has a list like that.
You speak with other makeup artists, and as I say, people talk, and they say she's not so easy to work with. Now, however, there is a level where if it's a woman makeup artist and it's a woman talent, I'll go ahead and work with her, because I'm not going to have those same problems that you did, because sometimes women just
Yeah, we
just
don't
catty.
always
They
work
don't. They don't
well.
always want
Yeah.
you to touch and feel on them, and they don't feel you doing your best. I can get away with just a wee bit more, so I might go in here and work with them. I've never had problems with anybody, and I've never had a client who's not like me. The most anybody has ever said to me is, "Could you change my lipstick?"
Oh, well, that's not bad.
That's nothing.
That's you know how rare that is to.
It is in all my years of
How
over
many-
a decade.
you're not gonna-
Over a decade.
Okay.
It's not more than. It's not. It is more than that. Over a decade. How long have I been out of college? 19. Yeah. So over a decade. I only had one or two people say, "Could you change the lipstick?" And one of the people did. That was their first time wearing makeup. They have went on to do albums. They used to be all natural. They were a bigger girl, and now they just love glamour. You can
Wait,
figure
I'm
out
trying
who
to
it is.
figure out.
You can figure it out who it is. Now
Girl, all natural.
they were all natural, saying, "Let's take long walks through the park." Yes. So now they are glamour girls.
She is done. That's
Yes,
my girl.
done.
And talk about somebody that is absolutely stunning
Yes,
in
and
person.
beautiful skin. Mm-hmm.
How important is that as a model?
It's very important. If you don't have good skin, I mean, you have to have a good canvas, because that also helps with getting the job done quickly. Because sometimes, as you say, if you're the last girl, you need to be able to do that face. If your skin is good, they can put minimal on, and you can go on out there and still be a pretty girl and be a star.
And have you worked with people with really, really bad?
I've worked with one or
Skin?
two clients, and I was shocked when I got there. I was like, I had to take a deep breath, because when they're on the red carpet or nothing, you don't know what's up under there.
Yeah.
I always try to see how does a person look, because I'm always studying the picture. How do they look without makeup? They might have a little circle or two, but I've been shocked one or two times, like, oh, all this is going on up under there?
Well, how much makeup do you have to wear on the red carpet?
Enough to cover up their blemishes and make them look flawless, yes, and that could take time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, you have some things that you want to talk about specifically. I thought that's what Sabrina told me.
No, I don't.
I mean, I got my stuff on my little card here.
You can ask me anything you like. That don't necessarily mean I'm going to answer it, but you can ask.
You know what? Okay. Let's go with this. Let's talk about your charitable things that you do.
I do work with charities. I work with Dress for Success. I also work with Project Sunshine. Project Sunshine is a charity for young girls coming of age. Most of them were put in foster home, molested, abused, and they just need a little help with their self-esteem and things like that. So I work with them sometime. And then Dress for Success, that's like a makeover in
But
itself.
that must be fun though,
Yes.
to watch people, because clothing and when you look better, you feel better, and when you feel better, you do better.
That is my mantra.
That's perfect for Dress for Success.
It is.
Have you seen a lot of success stories come behind what you've done, your work that you've done there?
Once they saw the whole complete look, and they went on to go to job interviews, and they booked the job.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have lots of people who come on, and everyone is really big about giving back. But especially, I find makeup artists and stylists, people in this industry in particular, it amazes me the level of giving that's in them, because you wouldn't think when you get to where you are. You done work with some of the top names, and not all of them want to give back.
Absolutely, and not all of them do.
You're just zinging them with me today, okay?
Yes.
But now, how do you think that's important? Does
Absolutely,
that sort of thing
because somebody helps you. Somebody open up the door to let you in.
There you go.
Somebody open up the door to let you in. Why don't you open up the door in the back of the house, and let somebody else in? Let them come and sit and watch, learn all they can from you.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Why? I see it a lot. I see people getting put on, and then they start to do really well, but we tend to not pull each other up. We'll pull someone up maybe that doesn't look like us, but we don't pull up our own, and I don't understand what that trend is about.
Because they feel that it's not enough room for us all. And there is more than enough room, more than enough work to go around for all of us to be working.
That's
from modeling to makeup artists to photographers to everybody. I know if I can't do a job, I've called a person, hey, can you do this job for me? I've had other makeup artists call and say, hey, I can't do this client. Can you do her for me? That's the way it's supposed to be.
Now,
you can't be everywhere all the time.
Absolutely. Do you take on apprentices and stuff?
I have. I mean, I had a recent bad experience with one, so I'm taking a little break from that because she was just a lot. She was just 19 years old and thought she knew everything. She watched every YouTube video. I know these brushes. These brushes came from such and such. I said, guess what? The company gave them to me, so I'm using them for that.
You mentioned YouTube videos.
Yes, I can't stand them. I mean, I can't stand the contouring video where people have on all this war paint, like stripes and all that, and they call that contouring. It doesn't have to be that difficult.
And what do you think about, because I've seen a couple of videos where they start out raw, and they put on, then they do the time lapsing, they put on so much makeup that they look like a completely different person.
Exactly, and what I get from that is, how do you expect somebody to learn from that? Like the average regular person does not have time to do all those line stripes and all that over their face. I just did a beauty contouring segment on TV, on a television show, and I showed them how simple it could be, because a lot of times people don't have time. And I always tell people who just had babies, you can still get yourself together, put that baby in the car seat right there at the foot of the bathroom door, and you stand in that mirror, give the baby a bottle of Passy, and you stand in that mirror and you get yourself together. You have to look and feel good too. Like I did a mother earlier today, and she just had her baby 3 months ago. She said, I haven't worn makeup in a while. I said, curse you, that's the devil. How dare you not?
Well, I told you. You asked me, she said, this is the first time I've ever seen you without makeup. It's not that I don't have time. I told you I'm the queen of the 15-minute beat. From 125th Street to 59th Street, I can get myself together.
That's something.
But I don't always feel like it.
I understand. And you know what? On those days when you don't feel like it, guess what you should do? Stay in the house.
Why?
Because you shouldn't come out the house with a wash face. That's what I call them. You come out with no makeup on, it's called wash face. But you washed your face and came out the house.
But this is who I am. This is Sharon Quinn. The other stuff that's the Runway Diva. And I don't bring the Runway Diva to work to be answering phones and doing paperwork.
Well, you could bring some of her to work. Some of her, you could put on a little mascara, a little concealer, and foundation. Some of her, you could bring to work. Because you know what, people would, if you look better, unfortunately, I don't make the rules. I don't necessarily always agree with them. More attractive people, or the more attractive you are, people treat you better.
And I do know that.
Yes.
I do.
I mean, you're beauty without. I've seen you without, so I give credit.
But I understand and know, when I want to impress someone or I want something, oh yes, I'm gonna do the beat.
Yes.
But when I'm just
especially if it's somebody of the opposite sex.
Yeah. Okay. I don't care
that
what
makes
sex
them want
you
you
are.
more, though.
I just, if I want something, I know if I'm presentable,
Absolutely.
chances are.
Yeah, if you're going to ask somebody for a bank loan or something, the presentation is key.
But my everyday, I don't have time for that. I'm hot.
Like, when I'm walking to the gym, I always pray. I have a hat that's pulled down and glasses. I said, I pray that don't nobody see me like this, because this is not who I am. This is just how I stay this way. So, I believe in the power of presentation. I really do. I mean, when you first asked me to do the show, the first thing that went through my mind was, geez, what am I going to wear?
Yeah, that's what went through my mind, too. This morning when I was pulling stuff out, I was like, oh.
Oh, you did it this morning? It was already thought out. Like, I have some other projects coming up, other shows.
Oh, no, I think it in my head.
Yes,
I just pulled it at about 6 o'clock this morning.
Then I do a little fitting if I have time.
A fitting?
A fitting if I can, because, I have clothes for different sizes. I'm not always svelte.
Okay, you know what, Christopher? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about beauty equals confidence, and confidence produces positive results. That's kind of like what we're talking about now, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, stylistic creativity with interior decorating. You do everything.
I do.
Wedding coordinating and TV hosting.
Yes.
What kind of business do you have? Do you have your own?
No, I mean, I just do a little bit of everything. As I said, my personality is how the TV hosting, and like I have another friend who wants me to interview her for her show because she wants my personality.
That's why I want you to come back to interview me, because
gladly.
you're really, really
And I ask questions. This is the
it.
thing. I ask questions people will know the answers to, and I'm not scared to ask.
Ooh.
Not too personal.
You just scared
Not too personal. I'm not going to ask you how often do you have sex, Sharon, because that's not relevant to the model behavior.
I can't tell the trade secrets.
You certainly can. You certainly can. But
And now, how did you get the moniker Style Maverick?
Because I'm a jack of all trades. You know, I don't want to say a jack of all trades because when you say a jack of all trades, you could be a master of none.
Yeah.
So I do well at what I apply myself to. Now, you ask me to do some hair, you can get a real good ponytail or a real good flat iron. Don't ask me to do no curls or no bridal updo. You lost me there. You can get a real good bone straight flat iron. You might have a bend or two in it. Or you can get a real good ponytail, and I might not be able to get that ponytail hold around it because my hands are so big, but I can get you together. I will compensate with the face, the wardrobe, and a little bit of cleavage. You know, you will come together.
You would kill me. Now tell me, for makeup artists, people who want to do what you're doing, what kind of tips do you have for those that are just starting out? Is there something, like models have a model bag?
Yes.
What's a starter kit for like an apprentice makeup art?
You need to have foundations that can go from Cindy Crawford to Alec Weck across the board. Liquids and creams. You need to have powders, concealers, things that are not going to turn ash. You need to have good moisturizers, eyelash curlers, great mascara, great eyelash curler. Ooh, I see you cringe.
Yeah, I don't use those.
You know, Tyra, she don't let you use those either unless you are doing a beauty shot where it's up close. She don't.
I don't. You mess around and catch your eyelid and that thing is.
I've never done that.
Yeah, but it's
if you listen to what I say,
okay,
you'll be okay.
All right.
I haven't got nobody unless they was moving, talking to the children. I've never gotten anybody.
Yeah, I'm scared of those.
Don't be scared.
And what else should you have in your little toolkit?
You should have lipsticks that can go from, as I said, Cindy Crawford to Alec Weck. Cindy Crawford and Alec Weck can't wear the same red.
Now, can you call yourself a makeup artist? Because I used to dabble in makeup.
I can tell.
You know, playing around. But there was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep it real. I couldn't do white girls. It just Puerto Ricans, light skin. If you weren't.
But that's shocking because you know what? I'm going to tell you this true story. You know, I've worked with all magazines from Vogue to Allure to everybody. And you know, when I meet people at parties sometimes, they say, can you do white girls? And I say, of course I can, darling, because guess what? Black people come as light as white people. White people don't get as dark as black. You try, but you don't get as dark as black people. Black people come as light as a white person.
But you know what? The problem was the palette,
yes.
the color palette. Like black people, oh yeah, I'm gonna go right to the bright colors because we don't think we can wear that stuff.
Yes.
So I'm gonna play in all that.
Yes.
White people, you got to be careful.
Absolutely, and you know what? I tell people, white people don't want too much.
Yeah.
They want it minimal. You give them a red lip, some great lashes, and a great eyeliner. Woo, they out the door.
Yeah, the foundation.
And take the rosacea out their skin. Woo, they love you.
You said.
You know sometimes they have a little rosacea in their cheeks.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just telling the truth. Just like sometimes we have discoloration as black people.
Okay.
These are things you have to correct as a makeup artist. You need to learn how to do it properly.
Okay, and you learn that from apprenticing because you can't really go to school.
No,
they don't teach that at like beauty schools or something.
You know, two beauty schools they stopped having their beauty program because they didn't have no one to teach it. So I'm thinking about going
You think about teaching?
Yeah, but they said it was like 3 weeks consecutive, 5 days a week. I was like, we're gonna have to work on that schedule. I can't deal with those people 3 weeks, 5 days a week.
Do you like teaching?
I do like teaching because I like helping others learn how they can be the best or help others help them be the best. I really do. I enjoy it.
So
I'm excellent at it.
And I can see how your students would be just enthralled.
Yeah, I have some teachers who can help me set out a plan, course schedule what to teach. So I'm fine.
So 3 weeks that's not a lot of time.
It depends upon the month.
Yes, I can see how that would be important.
We're gonna have to have some discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you work out of New York City?
Yes, I do. I travel abroad too, though.
A lot. What do you do?
I have. When I was on Comore Show, I basically lived in LA 7 months out the year and got to come back to my apartment 3-4 months out the year.
So do you still go back and forth?
I do go back and forth for work. Yes, I do.
You do. Really, I mean, I know the TVs and the fashion shows. Do you do movies and have you done stuff like that?
I haven't done movies. I would like to do a movie.
So
I have done. Let me take that back. I did Little Kim for Joanna Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was my introduction into the movie world.
Now, I have friends who, and I don't know why, I'm just, because I can feel like I can talk about anything. I have friends who are drag performers.
Oh, I love it. No, I've never done that. I want to do somebody. The only drag I've ever done, I had to do it to myself when I was in college, because that was how we passed the course. The women, it was sex reversal for our final. The men had to make themselves women, and the women had to make themselves men. You either pass or fail. I passed with flying colors.
I bet you did.
Passed with flying colors, because that's when RuPaul was really. Well, he was already out, but that's when everybody was like, wow, RuPaul, he had the Mac ads and everything. So I just studied, and played. And one time my mother came in my room, she said, I said, yes. And I opened up the door, she said, why you got on red lipstick? I said, don't worry about it, Mama. That was the first time that sugar was in the tank.
Okay, wait. You done made my last come off, Christopher. Now, you know what I want, since we talk about RuPaul, how you get the RuPaul beat? Because that face
That's
sits.
like 2.5 hours. Taping yourself up. He uses tape. He uses a lace front wig. It's beautiful. Beautiful. His makeup artist, Matthew Anderson, is a genius.
Well, I never heard of him before.
Oh my gosh, I follow him on Instagram and Facebook. He's a genius. He's like the epitome of a makeup artist.
Okay, we're almost out of time because I hear my music coming on. Give us some last words, something you want the people to know.
Study your craft. Don't be a gossip. And every reality star is not a star.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, I want to leave you with a few thoughts. 1, always surround yourself with positive people and positive things. 2, remember that you can't change the game without first learning the game. And 3, do what you love and love what you do. Until next time, my name is Sharon Quinn. Thank you so much for watching Model Behavior, and we'll see you next Saturday at 11:30. Thank you so much, Christopher.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Have you composed?